Good evening and welcome to the stream. This is part 12 of our ongoing Mathematic 2 saga, and the plan for tonight is to make a run at the red battle. We will go and purchase the red ticket at the blacksmith in Volcania and finish battles using the red ticket in the arena in Middlegate, at the Monster Bowl in Zanzibar, and at the Colosseum in Atlantium, and try our hand at rescuing the Red Bishop in Castle Hillstone. Then the plan is to go fetch the cleric that is at the inn in Zanzibar, and add him to the crew, and bring a crew of 3 clerics and the robber to Corak's cave, and make another attempt at rescuing Corak's body from the cave. And once we've either completed that or given up, we will try our hand at the dungeon beneath Castle Woodhaven. Last night's stream was productive. We leveled up some 2 levels, finished up Castle Hillstone, explored most of Castle Pinehurst, rescued the Yellow Bishop, and received quite a bit of experience points for doing so, and also figured out the all the primary and secondary skills for all the characters in the party. So I think we're ready to have a go at the red battle. We will at least attempt it, and without further ado, let's jump into the game itself. Going to just the music here to something later easier to listen to, have something quiet in the background. And we'll leave the inn. Now let's see here. I already stocked up our food, so we will simply run over to Volcania, where we can purchase the red ticket. I think the blacksmith here in Tondora doesn't actually sell any tickets. Oh, he does not. He doesn't sell any tickets. So he's the only blacksmith in the game that doesn't have any tickets for sale. Yeah, the blacksmith in Atlantium sells the black ticket, which is that is the last battle in the game, the black battle. But now we'll make do with the red ticket, which is available here in Volcania. And we will buy 3 of them. We need to fight the 3 different battles to win what is known as the Triple Crown. And there are 4 types of tickets, and therefore 4 types of these crowns. There's the green Triple Crown, the yellow Triple Crown, and the red Triple Crown battle. They all feature having the same battle with the same ticket in all 3 of the different arenas in the towns of Middlegate, the town of Zanzibar, and the town of Atlantium. This is the first red battle. It features 8 of these stranglers. We've not been very successful fighting them so far, and that seems to still be the case. So, we'll try again. The roll of the dice regarding which enemy you get is random. Now we get 8 acidic blobs. Far easier task. He's immune to magic. to take him down using conventional methods. We'll try to cast protection from the elements to save ourselves a little bit here. We'll probably still take a considerable amount of damage. The sorcerer is already dead. That can be healed. All we need to do is finish this battle here. Get 2,400 and some 7,000 gold. So more than enough for healing the character. So now we have one victory under our belt. And so save our progress here, having won one of these battles, and head over to Zanzibar to have battle number 2. I will sign into the inn before proceeding, so that in case we die, or should I perhaps say when we die, we can take another go at this. This is the second ticket battle. It features the Necromancer, another very, very difficult opponent who has the Finger of Death spell, which did a real number on us. Now there are 8 swamp beasts. Far easier fight. Yet very difficult. I'm hoping that no, the ones down at the end did not wait their turn. Well, I'm fairly sure that we are dead at this point. Yes, we will attempt it again. Oh, there are these guardians here, obviously immune to magic, and they are capable of these stone attacks where they turn the party to stone. Other than that, they are perhaps not capable of inflicting quite as much damage, although they are already doing a real number on us here. Now, these battles are obviously difficult in the order that they arrive, so the red battle is far more difficult than both the yellow and green, and there's also the case of each arena being more difficult than the other. The first arena, the one in Middlegate, is the easiest to fight. The ones after that get increasingly difficult, but we managed to win this one, receive some 5,000 experience point and 10,000 gold for making it through. Now won 2 of the battles, so we can now head over to Atlantium and try our luck at the Colosseum. And as we did in Zanzibar, we'll start by going to the inn and signing in, so we can continue from there when we die during the battle, there's a decent chance that we won't make it through. This should be the most difficult of the ones. There are 8 of these melting men. They are yet another type of monster that is capable of casting paralysis, and we already have the remove condition spell. And we can use that to remove the paralyzed condition. And luckily for us, there are only 2 of them on the front lines, and as far as I could see, only the 2 were able to cast the spell. So that is a stroke of luck for us. Because, then we just need to be a little bit lucky in the which ones they manage to attack and paralyze. They are certainly very difficult to deal with, because they, in addition to being able to cast a paralysis spell, they also have good amount of hit points. So it takes a long time to take down. They are immune to the lightning bolt, but not to the cold beam. So we're using the cold beam to inflict damage. And the deadly swarm spell from the cleric is also effective on them. Takes a few number of hit points away. This battle is going slowly but surely. Fairly sure he has run out of spell points, so they're no longer able to cast the paralysis spell, and we receive 9,000 experience points and 15,000 gold. So effectively we are now the Red Crown winners, having won 3 of these fights. So we can safely return to Middlegate and save our position here. I will then go over to Castle Hillstone, where the Bishop of Red Battle is located, and go to the Red Room and save the Bishop. We will also need the red key, which we purchased in Volcania and should be with the cleric, and it is, along with the black key, which we've also already purchased. The red room is the room over here, and we have to fight ourselves through a few guards before getting there, which is fine. We get a decent amount of experience and a good amount of treasure by doing so. After adding the pickpocket skill to the robber, he has gained a significant amount of thievery percentage, so he is now at 91%, meaning there is only a 9% chance that the trap in the chest explodes. It's making looking for treasure slightly easier for us. This is the 4th group of guards that we have to fight to get to the bishop. And, so far things have been going pretty well. So what I will do now, just to verify that we get the correct amount of experience, I will take a screenshot of one of the characters and save it here in my document and verify that we do indeed get the full amount of experience. The Bishop of Red Barrel is freed from imprisonment by your red key, which grants us 8,000 experience. He grants all red Triple Crown winners 100,000 experience. So we should have received 108,000, and we did. Every member of the party received 108,000 experience points. It's more than worth it to go through these battles to receive an amount of experience like this. It's basically, at this point in the game, almost half a level of experience. And that is in addition to the experience that we already gained by fighting the battles themselves. So we will walk back to Middlegate, and we are now fully done with Castle Hillstone. We will not travel back there until we are ready to fight the dungeon there, which is not the next thing we will do. We'll start by the starting the easiest castle first. I will now go to circus training, see what the status is. Sir Lancelot, which we just leveled up, needs some 215,000. So Roland, however, the paladin, is ready for level 13, which also grants him an additional spell level. So we will now have him, we need to go to the temples and have him learn the level 4 clerical spells. And William Tell the Archer is also moving up to a level 4 sorcerer. Marchika the Spell finishes her level 13, is now a level 7 spellcaster. Big Putei the Cleric has moved up to level 11, so you will now have gained a level 6 clerical spells. And one of the advantages of having a hireling sorcerer or cleric in the group is that they by default know all the spells of every level, so even the ones that are not available without finding them in outside caverns or dungeons. So that is highly beneficial to us. You will need to find the temple here. Find the Mage's Guild. 4-1 is here in Zanzibar. That is the Cold Beam spell that we can sometimes use when the monsters are immune to the Lightning Bolt spell, which is actually fairly common. And there are no level 3 spells or 4 spells in the temple in this particular town. So we will travel to Tondora and visit the temple and the Mage's Guild here in Tondora as well. Yeah, just finished this in the last stream because we hadn't done this for a while, and there were quite a few spells that were missing from both the cleric and the archer. Just a matter of doing this again. Here is clerical spell 4-4, which is cure disease, no, restore alignment, and we now have both surface restore alignment and cure disease in Roland's hand, and particularly the surface spell can be a great help if you get stuck in battle. And here in the Mage's Guild in Tondara are also the sorcerer spells 4-2 and 4-3, People Mind and Fireball. So William Tell now has access to every mage spell from level 1 and up to level 4. So Roland is however missing Holy Bonus, Air Transmutation, and Nature's Gate, all of them spells that need to be found on the outside. We still don't have Nature's Gate for the and the transmutation for the cleric in the party either, but we found the some of the other spells on the outside already. The holy bonus spell is scribbled on a tree in C3, which we will have to visit. Add that spell to Sir Roland's arsenal. Once you level up these paladins, once they reach a point where they're able to cast the later level clerical spells, the game becomes easier. And you have a true character that is has both the ability to fight in melee battle and also a magical caster, strong magical caster. Now let's see. We need to go down to the portal again to return to Middlegate. Or perhaps we will, since we are in Zanzibar anyway, sign into the inn. The plan from here was to go directly to Corak's cave using the latest clerical hireling that we found here, which is a Friar Fly. And the plan is then to reeve Sir Lancelot, Sir Roland, Sir Hiron, William Tell, magic dispel, and add Friar Fly to the party. And I'm going to do right now is try to find some items for him. I have a B split mail +1 here, and I'm not currently using that. I will trade over. See if I can wear it here. Yes, I can. So pretty good armor for him. It is also a silver shield, which he can also wear, bringing his armor class up to 16. I find it very doubtful that he can use this battle axe. There is, however, a pike +3 here, which potentially something he can use. No, it's not the correct alignment. So I will sign into the inn again. I think we've salvaged most of the items that we can here. Leave these characters behind here. And I will have the our primary cleric leading the party. Visit the blacksmith here, and is here on the other side, and buy some weapons for the cleric. There is a mace here, which is a fairly awful weapon. I will go to the I will visit the blacksmith in Atlantium, and find the best weapon we can get. I will also we will take a look at what we can buy there once we get there. Let's see. Where was the blacksmith again? This now this is the Colosseum. This is the temple. The key shop. The tavern is here. Yes, the blacksmith is on the top row next to the inn. Yes. Now, what can we buy here? A flail +3. I will 2 for now. We'll trade that down to Firefly and equip it here. And check the specials. The Great Hammer. Hoping to find, which would be useful to us right now, a defense ring, which we can buy 4 of them. Start with 3. Gives us additional armor class. Something that we desperately need at this point, and which we can use going forward anyway. And I will also buy a teleport orb, which can come in handy if you want to teleport to a certain location. So it's difficult to because we're missing the mage. We cannot use a teleport spell. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where it's highly preferable to be able to get ourselves out. So we're up to armor class 20 here. And we could potentially, since we have other characters as well, buy more of the defense rings. Can wear more than one. So I will then simply give them to the other characters, bringing his armor class up to 28. He is the weakest in the party with only 60 hit points. He kind of needs it. And I will place him in the back anyway. I think we're good for now. I'll leave the teleport orb in the hands of the cleric in front. We will make our way back to Atlantium. I won't buy more of these defense rings for now. As I remember, when we defeat the snow beast in Tundra, we will find a defense ring at least +3, which we can then equip, which is better than this +2. And we will probably potentially on some of the characters we will have 2 slots, so we can wear both. But on some of them we only have place for 1, so we won't wear both. Some of the characters are unable to wear a shield, so in place of the shield, the defense ring is a great substitute. We will save our progress here in Middlegate and proceed over to Corak's cave, just next to us here. Have one more go at this. Don't think there is any member of the party right now that is diplomat and a navigator is Firefly. We don't have any party member. There is a cartographer, which is a problem because we then won't map the locations that we find here. But we will go over them anyway. So our most powerful spell here is the turn on dead spell, which we can use to great effect. As we level up, it becomes more and more powerful. And we have the Admit 8 pass that we got from the zombie. So we are simply let in here, and these are still very difficult battles. We lost a thief, but we're now in a position where we can raise the dead. At the cost of 1 year to the caster. So we need to finish off at least one of these battles as well. And here we can't use magic, so we can't beat them the old-fashioned way. We won't make it through, and we don't. So, I will attempt this again. These are extremely difficult battles, and it's quite possible we are not at the correct level yet. That's no problem. We will then just try this once more at a later point. We'll be taking a few turns at this, because we want to get this done. Now, what is potentially useful to us here is to attempt to use the teleport warp to get directly to the point where we want to go, and where it is we want to go is X13, Y3. We'll simply go directly there, and we will try to teleport directly to that spot. Get through these battles. It's possible that the area is protected by magic, so we're not able to do that, but it won't stop us from trying. We are at X13. We will turn around here and try to use the teleport orb to travel. No, we are not allowed to use it here. So it is indeed protected, as it probably should be. We have to get through this battle here. Here's the first thing. Come around, I will have to heal the robber so he doesn't end up dead. Question now remains, is there a path? Is there a path that we can take to X13Y3 that doesn't end with us getting into an encounter? It's not necessarily the case. This is, however, a different battle. There are 4 of these raids and 4 of these Night Stalkers. So we will use the Turn Undead spell. We got rid of 2 of them. We can use the Deadly Swarm. And this is these are doable, far easier than the others, because the most difficult ones here are the ones where you can't cast any magic, because all we have at this point are magical casters. They are not the strongest of fighters, so difficult if we can't use any magic. Now reached 11-3. I cannot help you until you bring me Corak's soul. Okay. Means that we need to get into the center before being able to do anything. And here is one of these battles with the Phantoms and the Gravewalker. Those are the ones where we can't cast any magic, can't use any spells. They're therefore far more difficult. They are in fact very weak, and it's difficult for us to cause a great deal of damage. It takes us a long time to get them down. They have a lot of chances to try to take us. This battle, however, is going better than the one that we fought at first, and we managed to survive. Question remains, is it enough? We are still quite a bit away from being able to make it to the end. Here is an additional battle. We have no spell points, so we have no way of doing anything, and hey Gleaser, welcome to the stream. We are making yet another attempt that is at Corak's cave, and things could be better. However, I have an idea. I have one more idea. We made decent progress this time around. Want to see if we can buy something that will allow us to heal. At least the magic herbs do that. Wondering if we can find something resembling the power cure in a usable item format. Because our main problem is that these fights with the monsters, they strip down all of our spell points, so we become unable to cast these spells. All we really need is a cure. Few attempts to cure, and we could actually do some serious damage. I took a quick gander. I have a list of items. I didn't see it, but I'm still gonna... There's something here called the Herbal Patch, which is the it's the Cure Wounds spell. That is perhaps the most powerful we can get. It would at least help us a little bit. It's also fairly common that we can't fight using all of the characters, and since we have basically a party of all clerics and robbers, they are mostly not equipped for ranged combat. Let's see. Yeah, it's very likely that the herbal patch is the best option. So we can try that. It won't cost us very much. We will simply go here and I will buy a bunch of them, starting with some to fill our backpacks. These patches. I have 1 slot here, 4 here, 3 here, 2 here. Okay. I will buy 3 of them for the robber, 2 additional ones for the cleric in front. Put them here. I'm missing 2 there, 1 here. Buy 2 more. The second hireling cleric is full. I'll buy 1. Trade that with hay. Then full. Buy 2 more. We've basically filled every character with these patches. And then go to Atlantium, and from there to Middlegate. Save the game and make another go at this. Last time we tried this tonight. If we aren't successful now, then we simply need to level up more. Into the exhausted our options here at this point. But we are getting much closer. We managed to survive one battle earlier with the more difficult opponents. That means we're getting closer. The thief is certainly far more powerful than he was. It's getting fairly rare that a chest explodes. These are not that difficult because we can use magic, and we are well equipped in that regard. So, we can finish these easily now. The problem is really in the battles closer to the center of the screen. Yeah, and the one of the things about the robbers is that all of these specific quests, the robber can come along for all of them. Because as a valued member of the party, he can basically stroll along in all of these different class-specific quests. And that gains him valuable experience. Here is the guy that can help us resurrect the soul. However, we need to make it to the center. So we still have a few of these battles to go here. These are the more difficult ones. This time around we got lucky and we didn't lose all of our spell points. That is the first time that has happened so far. So we will take advantage of that and try to cast as many of the spells as we can. And try to cure as well. We're out of spell points here. Big Boutte still has spell points. I'm going to cure. And now we're fully drained. At least we've been able to do quite a bit of damage before that happened. We are also lucky in the sense that all the characters are in front. So, we were able to use all of them to inflict damage. Now it's a question of trying to make it to the middle without having too many of these encounters, which is actually quite difficult. There's still the barrier there. I will assume that the barrier doesn't go away then until we have found the soul. Okay. The soul is in area C1, X10, Y15. So we'll quit now, so we don't lose the admit 8 pass. We've gained pretty much nothing. And we'll go find the soul. Hoping it's not something that we need the rest of the party to find. Perhaps it is, we will then return. C1, X10, Y15. So it's at the top. Yes, I know what that is. That is the battle with the ghosts. That is indeed the battle with the ghosts. Okay, we will quit again and return with the full party. Which I get where we left. We left them in Zanzibar. Okay. So we will run to Zanzibar and get them and make an attempt at the ghost battle. Which is quite difficult, but might be possible at this stage. Let's see. But we need to fix the order here. Prior tuck should be here. And Pink Panther should be here. And do this as well. That's enough for now. It's not the exact order, but it's enough. Let's see. Let's head back to Middlegate. Say this current crew here. Head outside. Make our way over to the square that we need. No. What we need here is need to move some 7 squares forward, then 1 up. Here is the encounter. Now these are very difficult to deal with because they can age us. So we'll try our best here, see how this goes. They are, in fact, mostly immune to any sort of melee attack. But it is possible to take them down with using magic. But the most difficult bit is that it will also drain our spell points. What is really needed here is the realistically is the Holy Word spell, and I'm fairly sure we will get pretty much nowhere in this fight, but I'll try anyway. We still haven't been able to kill a single one of them, and We've been at them for a while now, and they've aged us all considerably. And at this stage, I think we're basically screwed. This is basically the only spell we have left, and we are slowly becoming unconscious and dying here. So until we can finish this off, then we have no business trying this again. So I'll come back to my original conclusion that we need the level 9 Holy Word spell to be able to complete this battle, and that we have no business finishing Corak's cave until we get that. I will go to the inn and touch Sir Hiron and return Firefly, and that will bring us back our original party. This is pretty much the original order as well, although we really should exchange these two. So I will travel back to Middlegate and save this current party status here. And we will go try our luck with the dungeons in Castle Woodhaven. It's been at least 3 levels since we attempted this last, and here's the joke of the day. What do you call an orc with half a brain? Gifted. The game remains funny. Oh, we are back in the dungeons here. The blessed darts here flying out of the walls make things difficult for us. There's nothing to be found here except for the darts. We'll try to take down these killer cadavers here before they get a chance to do serious damage to us. We will be okay. There's a secret passage to Pinehurst Dungeon here. If you haven't been, you really must go. Not at this point, but at X1 Y9. Oh, well, there's a passage to Pinehurst dungeon. So a potential shortcut when you're searching for items that are available in the different castles. Unlock. I seem to remember that at some point in this dungeon there is actually an encounter which where you run into the sign said no elves, or the sign said no clerics. I forget which one it is. This is a difficult battle here. The earthworms are very difficult to deal with. We probably should have attempted to start with them, but they're still very difficult. So that was death. We might not be anywhere near the level we need to be to take on this dungeon at this point, but make one more try here. How can you recognize an orc pirate? He is the one with a patch over both eyes. Yeah. The orc jokes continue to amuse us. See, attempt this again. See if it's what is difficult. Yeah, it actually is. This one is much easier. Funny how the game has this very peculiar idea about the difficulty of some of these battles. The battle that we were just in was pretty much impossible, whereas this one is fairly easy. Nothing to be found, actually. Okay, the sign said no clerics, so take on that particular battle, we will have to go back and rearrange the party without clerics, which isn't actually all that difficult to do. Simply have to add some more hirelings to the party. We need to get rid of Friar Tuck and Ipute. And we have the ninja here, and we have an archer. We'll add them to the party, bring them along. And I'll run to the run over to the town of Atlantium and buy them some basic gear so they are of some use to us. We do have somewhere or we had at least somewhere some additional items, but we'll see. Kari is a ninja, and he's not allowed to shop, so let's see what armor he can actually wear. He can wear a ring mail. So do we have a ring mail +5 that he can potentially use? No, not the correct alignment. And he can also wear the scale armor. Potentially is the correct alignment for doing so. No, he's not either. So let's see what the blacksmith has for us. Our blacksmith has a chainmail +2, which he is capable of using, and what we can also add is a defense ring. He can wear up to 5 of them, but at least give him 2 so that he has some basic protection. Addition to the chainmail +2 brings him up to... Oh, he can't wear the chainmail. Really? It was a ring mail he can wear. Okay. Ring mail he can wear. And the scale mail and scale armor. None of which this particular blacksmith has. Let's try visiting a blacksmith in some of the other towns, see what they have. Probably starting with the one in Volcania. He might have something. He's up here. Ring mail +1. Yeah, that's probably the best we can do. Sell this at some later point. Up to 16. See what weapons he has. He has nunchakas, and the ninja can use them. They are +1, but they're fairly weak. But we will take them. And then we also need something for the archer. Didn't see any ranged weapons here. The archer is also can wear some more armor. It's possible that some of this armor works with the archer. Try it anyway. Yeah, the scale armor works fine. So it's the correct alignment. The ring mail also works, so gives us 1 additional point. It's enough for now. See if the blacksmith over in Atlantium has some ranged weapons for the archer. And for the ninja, for that matter, the ninja can at least use a blowpipe. No ranged weapons here. He does, however, have a great bow. The archer have a great bow. And we'll buy a couple of the defense rings as well. We'll leave these items with the hirelings so that we can grab them at any point and use them. Which is sort of what we want to be able to do. I want to see if we have a blowpipe here. I'll buy one of those to use with Harakiri, so he has a ranged weapon. They're in the back. So the archer is now up to 20, and he has a bow. And the ninja has both a melee weapon and no, we didn't give him his weapon. Because the nunchakas, let's see. We also have a weapon. So, okay, now they're semi-equipped. We can take them along. Yeah, I suppose I could use the teleport spell to go directly to the location, but we at least want to have the battle once. Yeah, weaker members in the back are protected by the stronger members in front, so they are completely useless and they can help us. It's the joke of the day. Why can't orcs lie on the beach? Cats will bury them. Let's see. We'll try this again. There is another point where we arrive and they actually say sign said no elves. Now this is a difficult battle here with these horn fiends and these wyverns. We might die here. The Wyvern is going to wait for an opening. That is lucky for us. A stroke of luck, actually. Try to take down the Horn Fiend before he turns everyone to stone here. We can we could in under normal conditions just fix that, but we don't have any of the clerics with us, so the only spellcaster in the group that has clerical abilities now is the Paladin. Sort of gotten used to having two strong clerics in the group, so this is certainly more difficult. But we're not dead yet. We still have a powerful sorcerer. She's somehow still alive. We needed to get lucky this time around. We didn't. This is not impossible. It's just a little bit difficult. Got pretty far. We found a ray gun. Perhaps we can trade it with the archer. The ray gun increases accuracy, and accuracy increased by some almost 10 points, which is significant. It's the same joke. Same day, same joke. Great. The cockatrice is another one of these that turns us to stone. A minor devil is one of the annoying ones that can take down a great number of characters. We sort of desperately need to kill him here before he has a chance to go at it again, but we weren't successful, and that just leaves these three, which we can finish off. 2 dead, but we made it through. Let's see what else is in here. You have found an onyx effigy. Okay. Let us see what that is. Doesn't state anywhere in the item list what this item does. Oh. We will travel back now and have it identified. And find out what it does. We need to restore our condition anyway. visit the blacksmith here, sell some of this loot here. The onyx effigy gives us personality plus 15, so this is a very, very powerful item. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the inn, and we are going to attempt this battle again because I want another one for the hireling cleric, so that we have two. Potentially we can just since we've already mapped the square, we could potentially skip the battle, but the I don't know why I feel like that's cheating. Here we go again with the orc with half a brain. It's possible that we would be able to use the teleport spell. We can simply try it. Doesn't always work. But it does here. And we have found an onyx effigy. So now we have two of them. Don't really need more at this stage. You can always go back and fetch it. I find it highly unlikely that the paladin will have a free slot for this, but the clerics certainly will. So we will make our way back. Leave our hirelings behind, fetch the clerics again. Leave Harakiri and No Name here, and Big Boutte again and Friar Tuck. And have a Tuck exchange places with Magic the Spell, and then have it like this. I think this is the order that we've been using. I will then trade this item with Friar Tuck. We need to remove some of the junk in his. We have all of these herbal patches from earlier. Might as well just go sell them. Not gonna use them for this round. Don't really care if it's at a loss. We will need to remove something to be able to equip this, and what we'll probably have to go is the either the shield or the defense ring. The shield gives us 4. The defense ring gives us 4. It doesn't really matter, but we can use the defense ring with any character. But we will equip this, and our personality will go from 28 to 43, which is a major boost. And we will do the same here. We can certainly do some better than this helm here. It's giving us basically 2. So we now have a personality of 46, which is pretty good. So when we rest now, our spell points will increase significantly. Big Boutte is at 110 and Friar Tuck is at 143. So that was certainly worth a bother. Let's see if we can, if there is a place here in Sir Lancelot's backpack for the defense ring that will give us a slight bonus. Let's see if we have any more of them just lying around here. No, not at the moment. We'll leave some of them with the hireling characters as well. So Roland does have a space for one of them. Hey Amiga Bill, welcome to the stream, and thanks for the follow, dude. We're playing Might and Magic 2 on the Mac 2 emulator. This is a game I played as a kid, and on a Mac. So my father's Macintosh was the weapon of choice for playing this game at the time. What I'm doing right now is I'm removing some of these defense rings from the characters that we're not currently using, and the plan of using them on our currently equipped characters. We have 2 slots here we're going to use, and we filled up every spell here except for the sorcerer. Might as well just run over to Atlantium and buy 2 more of these rings. Before we continue. Need all the protection we can have at the moment. It's not the correct place. I want to go here. Buy 2 more of these defense rings here. Put some of the junk here. We will probably be in more familiar territory with the 3rd game in this series, which I did play on my Amiga. I had got an Amiga by that point. So, okay, things are looking up here. Doesn't make a huge difference, but it does make some difference. So let's run back to the first town. We'll sell some of the junk that I traded away from the characters here. And I'll check what the status is for experience, whether we can do something about leveling up. We cannot. I will save the game and we will continue with the castle dungeon. After this detour here. No key, no admittance, said the guard. So we will have to beat them down. Yeah, 3 was certainly graphically more pleasing. It does not look half bad on the Amiga either. It is an OCS game, so it's limited to 32 colors, but it does look pretty good. Did you hear about the orc who went to the dentist to have a wisdom tooth put in? Yeah, the Joker in the castle remains our source of puns. Although the graphics in this game are okay. Yeah, this is certainly not perhaps the either the easiest game or the most accessible, and if anything, #1 in the series, which I did complete on the PC and was originally available on the Apple II, is even tougher to deal with. So, but if you can get past the some of the deficiencies, there is a great game underneath all of this. It's a really fun game. It's just it's from a different era. The pixie just stole all of our gems, which wasn't very nice of her. We are victorious here. Hopefully we will find our gems again. No, we did not. So we got robbed pretty badly. We might recover that. Here is again the passage to Pinehurst Dungeon, which we are not going to take at this point in the game. Darts on either side here, but really nothing else to see. Great. Got attacked here while sleeping by a bunch of pretty nasty monsters. But we are attempting to try to run away here, probably with terrible results. We'll see. We might succeed. Yeah, looks like we will succeed. Lost Sir William Tell. Could have been worse. Oh. We'll probably have to run back anyway. So take a quick peek at what is here. More darts. Okay. This door says no robbers. So I'll run back and we'll have another go at the first two rooms, and without the robber, we'll leave him for now. Might as well finish this one up, and we had our gems stolen anyway, so it's probably best to go back anyway. Same joke, the wisdom tooth joke. We'll finish up this no robbers door. And then we will come back anyway. I'm checking every wall for secret messages, so I turn around in pretty much every move I make. Now this door is locked, so we will have to bash it and hope that we don't die doing so, because we don't have a robber to unlock the door. And we find ourselves in a battle with some of these coffin creeps. They are difficult to deal with, but we have some magic on our side. Let's see how we do. Leave us to turn on dead spell on a few of them. That worked out pretty well for us. We will leave this chest here, since it will explode in our face. The robber also happens to be the mapper in the party, so we don't have any mapping for our skills here, but we did find an item to aid the robber, which is the sapphire pin, and we will go back. Probably easier to just use the teleport. We'll go some 8 squares forward. We'll go back and have the robber rejoin the party. Whip him with the pin that we just found. Have another go at the 2 rooms that we skipped earlier, and map the little room that we did just now. Let's see. Pink Panther at leave. And we will switch places here. Again. This is the correct order. Now a sapphire pin to trade that with the robber. And we will need to remove some of his items, which will have to be the defense ring. And equip him with this pin as well, which increases his luck from 21 to 36. Making him an excellent robber, and his thievery percentage is now 92%, and will probably reach almost 100 at the next point he levels up. These are very, very useful items we are finding here for the characters in the dungeon. Well worth the bother of going through these battles and often dying as a result. Here's the joke of the day. What's the most dangerous job in Kron? Dentist to a vampire. I'll say. He'll, we have a robber that is a 92% thief, and we still got hit by the trap on the door. It is unlucky, to say the least. Now, these are just a bunch of hunchbacks. Not the most difficult. At least we won't have all of our gems stolen again. Oops. And to cast a light spell. Now, we've already been in this room 3 times. We know exactly what's in it. We're just here to add it to the map. And we will do the same with this area here. Yeah, you can certainly circumvent some of this. The teleport spell is one such example. This is potentially a good fight for us in terms of gaining experience here. These Amazon women are tough. We should get a decent amount of experience if we manage to beat them down here. We're doing an okay job, 3750. That's okay. We will finish with this square. We are now done with these 3 doors here. Since we managed to complete this, I'm going to once again run back and save our progress. The only way to save the game is to enter into the inn and sign the registry. There is no way of quick saving your progress, which is both a blessing and a curse in this game. Makes it more difficult and therefore more enjoyable, but it also makes it slightly frustrating at times. And the way I see it, there are often these difficult encounters before finding these items, and finishing them is part of the game, in my opinion. You need to do it. And you should do it because you need the experience. Once again, the thief ended up dead while opening a chest, so I will travel back to town. restore him before returning. Some of these characters have been brought back from life so many times now that you would think that they would be cursed for the rest of their lives. Well, here's the joke of the day. Why didn't the skeleton cross the road? He didn't have the guts. Let's see. There are obviously many hidden areas that we haven't explored yet, but we are making slow but sure progress in the areas that are open to easy exploration, at least, and move from there to the hidden areas. An interesting combination of different beasts here. We still don't see what's actually whether there's a mark on the door, which there might be. This was tough, but we're not dead. Need to heal here. It's fairly important that the Iron Wizard don't get another chance to take us down. I will use 2 cold beams on him. Now there is no sign on this door, so we have no idea what's in here. We'll open it. A bunch of foot soldiers and some Gorgons. We will focus our energy on the Gorgons. They turn us to stone. So, good idea to take them out much as we can. We are lucky in that we've managed to build up some resistance to the stone. So, even though he was able to do quite a few rounds now, we're not all dead. So we can use the Stone to Flesh spell to restore the one character that got stoned. There are still 5 of them left. 4 now. Three. We're still not stoned. Making good progress. Only one of them remains here. They all go down and we receive some 10,000 experience points. And we find some 3450 gold per party member, so That's a significant amount of gold, 20,000 plus for the entire party. We also found a weapon, fairly powerful weapon. A tricycle is a two-handed weapon and delivers a significant amount of damage, but doesn't go with this alignment. I will see if it fits the paladin. It does not. Then try the hireling knight here. Using a flaming sword. Nope. Potentially that means that nobody in the party is able to use this. So now we'll trade it with the paladin and we will probably sell it. So that's basically the price for completing this part, this weapon, which we are unlucky enough not to be able to really use. Potentially the archer could use it as the archer is neutral and the character needs to be evil to be able to use this tricycle. We have no evil characters capable of using this weapon. They tried both good and neutral, neither worked. There's one door remaining here in the easily explorable parts, so we will go through it. It's likely that this is the door where we end up in problems for having elves in the party. Every door so far has had a sign that said no elves. This is an interesting combination as well. There's the Iron Wizard and two of the Pyro Hydras. The Iron Wizard is mostly immune to any sort of melee attack. So what we want to do before we get fully drained of spell points is that we want to take him out as soon as we can. We will use the melee attacks on the Pyro Hydra because it's also quite dangerous. Yeah, this is a emulator called the Mini VMAC on Windows. It's also available on other platforms as well. And it's surprisingly good. It isn't perfect, but for playing games it seems to do a very good job. Okay, we're out of the woods. 3712 experience points for finishing this lot off here. Gaining a lot of experience points. Sort of curious now whether this is the oh, there are no problems with being elves in here and nothing of real value here. The electric sword is potentially useful, but it gives us additional protection from electric spells, but it doesn't really offer a lot of damage, so it isn't really a very useful melee weapon. What we'll do now, we've finished mapping all the open areas here. I'll return back to Middlegate. We'll save the game and come back and start working on the hidden areas, which are more than half of the dungeon, it seems. sell some of the loot here. As I suspected, the tricycle and the electric sword are very valuable items. We weren't able to use the tricycle, so there's no point in keeping it around. Did you hear about the orc ventriloquist whose dummy quit to find a new partner? These jokes are at least occasionally funny. Are very punny in any case. Now we start using the teleport spell. We'll go 2 squares forward, which ends us here, and explore this part here. Yeah, there's probably a new joke every day, and there are 200 days in the year, so yes, there are probably 200 of these puns in the game. So someone had the job of putting all the jokes in the game. Now, this is an interesting combination of different monsters here. The killer bees are very difficult to deal with, and we certainly want to take them down as quickly as possible. And then we want to focus on the cloud dragon. What I want to do now, I want to cast protection from the elements to give us a little protection here, and then I want to cast holy bonus to increase our chances of hitting them. And I want to see if it's mostly immune to magic. The dragon is, so I have a feeling that we won't have much luck using any spells on it, so we will use the spells on the rest here. I will also use the power cure spell to bring our hit points back. Our main problem now with William Tell, who is now the secondary sorcerer sometimes, is that he has a fairly low number of spell points still. But it's still useful to be able to cast at least 2 rounds of the lightning bolt spell. We found some almost 30,000 gold for beating these monsters. And we continue down this path here. This is one long hallway here. Very likely that this is an encounter, and yes it is. A bunch of these wyverns. They are dangerous, but they also they have very poor protection for magic, so magical spells do a lot of damage to them. So if you have the lightning bolt spell, you can take them down fairly easily. Already gotten rid of some 4 of them. A vampire and a ghost are out on a date, and the vampire says, "I can always see through you and your lies." With that, the ghost responded, "You suck." Well, certainly true. We will remove the poisonous condition from the 3 characters here. Open the chest. We found almost 200,000 gold in total. So we're now up to decent amount. I assume that the Wyvern stole some of our gold. So we were just simply finding back gold that had been taken from us. We're still up to almost 350,000 gold, which is quite good. Or at least at the point in the game where I don't much mind spending money on pretty much any item that we want in the game. Don't really have to worry about money at this stage. I'm actually surprised how large this single area is. It compromises a large percentage of the area that we hadn't mapped yet. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this path and see if we can finish this first. Because at some point I want to go back and save this progress before we end up in a battle that we can't win, which you assume will happen at any time. This one is difficult. Seen plenty of these before. The mad peasants we really want to take out, or they explode in our face, and the insect plague as well. See what we can do here to restore our condition a little bit. We really do not want the swamp beast and the mad peasant to be able to take another swing at us. We really want both of them dead. We lost William Tell, weren't able to protect him. And now we're left with the now we're left with all the wraiths. They're all left. But at least we can mostly cure at this point. Still have both the clerics standing. We gained some 6,300 experience points. Running out of food here, which is a bad thing to have happen. So, a robber is dead. I will cast a create food spell and share it with the party so we can rest and restore a little bit here, but we need to return to town to fix this condition. Sell the loot and buy some additional food. So we will go with the teleport spell some 6 squares forward and run that directly to town. We'll start by selling our loot here. We gained some almost 60,000 during this run. Then we will spend a little bit of that money on restoring our condition. Not a lot, however. Then we will save and return. We'll go to the tavern, buy a feeding frenzy. And go back to the castle. It's getting easier and easier to take down these guards. Did you hear about the orc who cut off his left arm and leg? He wanted to be alright. The puns continue to amuse us, although I think we've seen this particular one before. I sort of want to go directly here now, so that requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares forward. Which ends us here. The sign said no elves, okay. But that doesn't matter because we can teleport to it and simply ignore it. If we hadn't turned around, nothing would have happened. We are now inside this tiny square here, which is just another way of going forward. Each one of these little squares is a secret room. At the end there is probably some sort of encounter. Last square. There's nothing to be found here. Nothing at all. So there's no point to this, really. But we need to return to this spot again without the elves in the party, so if there's probably an item to be found, we will go back to town, rid ourselves of the elves. Easier said than done, but we will do it anyway. Let's see. As I remember, the sorcerer is an elf and the archer is an elf. No, he's human, okay. Big Boutte is a gnome. So is Friar Tuck. The robber is an elf, so we will have to leave him. We will leave the sorcerer and the robber. Sir Hiron, Sir Roland, and Sir Lancelot are half orcs, dwarves, and human, so We don't have to leave them behind. At a slight disadvantage now, but all we're really going to do is go to this particular location, and we have a teleport orb we can use. It's in our backpack, so we can use that instead of the spell. We should be able to get through these battles. But we're not in a good condition to search for any treasure, so we simply won't. How can you tell if an orc is an aristocrat? His tattoo has no spelling errors. But amused. At least a little bit amused. Not a lot. Who was it that had the teleport orb? Right, tuck. And we're gonna go 7 squares forward. Yeah, 1 too short. One more. A sudden puff of smoke energizes you. What happened here? Let's see. We gained might and little endurance. So everyone in the party that we didn't have to leave behind gained some hit points, some endurance. This is certainly worth it. Didn't lose any abilities that I can see. We have the same number of spell points. For example, this was a win. We will simply head back and store the rest of the party, bring them along with us for the rest of the journey. They will simply not have the get this bonus. Which is a shame, but that's the way it has to be. See, you want to trade places. I want to move Magicka to the back. I want to exchange places again. To put prior talk here, and I want to this like this. This is correct. Okay, we can continue with the castle. More than halfway done with the first level of the dungeon. There are undoubtedly 2 levels at least, so Did you hear about the orc who thought kites were made from flypaper? Another joke of the day. Let's see. Done a significant part of this now. Tempting to go in here and see if we can simply teleport down here somewhere. So use the teleport spell from here and go the maximum we can go, which is 9 squares down, which will end us over here, which might, we're lucky, simply be part of the area that we were already exploring down here, and it is some more of the darts. Rest now. So okay, I'll finish with the bottom here. So there is another area similar to the one that we had before on this side. Go back here, finish this part. This area here has been mostly free of incident. There's not a lot going on here. Yeah, that is probably the very likely the beard. Probably a different set of glasses as well. Now let's see, this is fairly difficult here. I'll focus the magical attacks on the trolls. They are much more likely to be susceptible to magic. Yeah, paladin is certainly not. I'll use the we'll use the lightning bolts on the trolls to fight the paladins with the melee attacks. That's going okay so far. We will mix that up with some curing as well. Won't end up dead. We are out of spell points, but Sorcerer still has plenty of them. I think we can finish this like this. 7,300 experience points. We are slowly getting stronger and leveling up to a point where we can get out of some of these battles. The Dancing Dead are not interesting at all. We'll focus the magical attacks on the soldiers for now. We'll try and succeed in using the Turn Undead spell. As I remember, the Dancing Dead is mostly immune to magic other than the Turn Undead spell. We did pretty good here. We found a skeleton key, which increases your thievery by 10. A potentially useful item, which we don't really have space for. I will leave it here. It would bring us our thievery percent up over 100%. So if we're in a pinch at some point, we can remove the armor and bring the percentage up. This is a crazy difficult battle. And I succeeded in running away from it. Going to go back and save, and then we will attempt that particular battle, because there is probably a prize for beating them. 30 crazed natives, however, are incredibly difficult to deal with. So we'll see. It's probably not within our grasp right now, but at least we've mapped a square. We're making decent progress here. We will get this first level done tonight. Missed a joke. Why can't orcs lie on the beach? Cats will bury them. Yeah, okay. They're not. There are not 200 jokes. We have seen this one before, and it has definitely not been a year. So there might be maybe 30 of them. Well, let's see. Where were we? We were here. You can easily get there by teleporting. We simply teleport 1 square forward here. This is a much different battle than the one that we were just in. Not that the Swamp Thing is easy to deal with, it is not at all. And it's immune to a lot of different types of magic. We have to start taking it down. I will try to cure us a little bit here so we don't end up dead on the second attack, which is definitely inbound. I will also have to fight these damn assassins. They are quite difficult as well. 1 dead. I think that's actually a result we could live with if that turns out to be what happens. Be unconscious. 4 unconscious. Oh my. William Tell does not have enough. No. There are 2 members left here. This is incredibly difficult. We got rid of the last Swamp Thing, That leaves the assassin and the 3 Vikings. I don't think we're gonna survive here. It's going to be very close. Yeah, too close. Dungeon crawler is my favorite type of game. Yeah, I've played a lot of dungeon crawlers, but I also like adventure games, and I like certain strategy games as well. I played a lot of platformers and shoot 'em ups, but you tend to like the games that you're actually good at playing, and I've never been particularly good at any of the platforming and shoot up games. I have, however, done better in adventure games and games like this. So this series has a special place in my heart because this is really one of the first games that I really played of this nature. This is the original box that I purchased. This was a totally new experience for me when I played these games. Let's see. Again, this is a very different battle. Now we're dealing with the jugglers, which I absolutely don't like, but are at least not totally immune to magic. Things are being made very difficult for us here. What we really need to do now is we really need to take down the jugglers and see if we have any spell points here. No, we don't. So it's a stroke of luck that we're not dead already. Juggler has done some lasting damage to us here. Final juggler goes down. Leaves the damn phantoms, all 3 of them here. And the ghouls. We survive. Without really finding anything of real value. But at least we're done with this pit here. And have completed at least one set of all of these battles here. And go back and explore the rest of this here. Yeah, Amiga had some pretty great crawlers. The greatest of which is probably Captive by Tony Crotter. It's set in the future, and you control a group of 4 robots that he's using to try to free him from prison. And it's immensely difficult, but so very rewarding. It's difficult to the level where I attempted it at least 10 times before I got through the third level. Now, these monsters are extremely difficult. See if I can get rid of them here. We've already found 3 members of the party dead so far. Don't think we stood a chance there. We'll simply do this again. Probably should have gone back after finishing the first battle, but that's the way it is. I did eventually manage to make it to the final level of captive, but I still haven't actually finished the game. So perhaps at some point I will try to do that on stream. And after you complete the final level, it will make up random levels. So the game is essentially never actually over. But there is, however, a final level, so there is a sense of completion. These lightning bugs, I haven't run into them before. They are very, very difficult to deal with. There are only 2 of them here, but they are still doing a lot of damage to us. At least we got rid of them. That leaves the coffin creeps, which we also got rid of. No one died. That's a plus. So now we will run back here and try this battle that we ended up in here again. I hope it will be a little bit easier this time around. Although it is a fact that the most difficult battles are the ones that get us the most experience points and therefore help us move on and level up. Okay. The coffin creeps, they are interesting. Certainly difficult enough. We'll see what the turn on dead spell does. We got rid of all of them. A stroke of luck. Get 1500 for doing so. Now we're reaching the pretty much the rest of this dungeon here. There aren't a lot of squares left. However, there is a 2x8 or so area here that we haven't mapped yet. That we will travel to later. 2 of these gatekeepers here. The seductress is very annoying. Let's see. I wonder if I can run away. It's very tempting to try. I've tried twice, not been successful. I'll try once more. No, still can't run away. Yeah. Lost everybody but the... we lost everybody except the... Piling cleric. And we died trying to bust the door. So much for that run. We'll make one more. It's amazing how badly the paralysis spells still affect us. And unusually, we had slightly more luck with them earlier, but it seems that the Seductress is a far more difficult enemy than the Phantasm, which is also one of the monsters that has this particular paralysis spell. Again, we will attempt this. It's this battle with featuring 4 of these Gorgons, which are being turn us to stone, and plenty of mad peasants, annoyingly enough. They're unlikely to survive this. Depends on how many of them get a go. 1, 2, 3, 4 dead or unconscious. Less than great. Not terribly worried about being turned to stone because we can easily remove that. What is a problem, however, is the fact that we are quite dead. Let's see. We've finished this one now, so perhaps we should just go back and restore our condition. Sorcerer is still okay. We can teleport 1 square. Go back, save our position, and try again, skipping this battle. Probably should sell some of this loot. It appears this item here that we found has some value. Gives us plus 12 personality. Certainly a valuable weapon, and it's a plus 8. So this would be a perfect weapon for the paladin if he can actually wear it. No, he cannot. And really giving additional personality to a non-magical caster doesn't really do much of anything. We will sell it. How can you recognize an orc pirate? He is the one with the patch over both eyes. We've seen this one before as well. Let's see. Now we will simply skip past this point here and go forward here. Face some of the other battles down there. Got hit by the darts. It could be that they're simply random. It's entirely possible. What are the odds here of getting attacked while sleeping? Certainly not high. Cast the awaken spell and try our best to get out of this alive here. Cure the sorcerer. Try to take down these damn gargoyles here before they kill all of us. Try to remove the paralysis condition much as we can. Just left with the kobold captains. It could be far worse than it is right now. We survived. Now, this was an encounter here. Plenty of these mad peasants and quite a few of these Kurt slayers. See how we progress here. We can't cast spells here because we're cursed. Not great at all. Problem with the mad peasants is that they don't even wait their turn. There are now 16 or 18 of them left. This is a certain loss. We don't even need to attempt this. Try this again. These panels are very difficult and they're also very random, so it appears that there's a lot of variation in the roll of the dice there. We have had panels that have been around maybe 2,000-3,000 experience points, and then we've had others which are like 10,000 at least, and some of them very difficult. Now we'll use the same trick as we used here before. We've already done the battle here, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna have to do each battle one time. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that would be a lot of variation, so that could explain it. Now we have 5 ninjas, 2 troubadours, and some cursed corpses. So this is difficult, but it's nowhere near the level that we just had. These are beatable monsters. Not easy by any sense, but you can beat them down. Ninja is annoying because he has this assassination capability. But other than that, this is doable. I'll use the lightning bolts on the cursed courses, try to take them down, and use the melee attacks on the troubadours. We will eventually manage to plow them down as well. Just have a lot of hit points. I think the ninjas are mostly immune to the lightning bolt, but they are certainly not immune to melee attacks. So this was fairly easy. Then the final battle remains here. See what that is now. I'll take it. Seen worse. Certainly seen worse. The coffin creep is immune, so we will focus the magical attacks of the others. You can simply just bow these down. Cunning creeps are annoying, but not that strong. Perhaps help ourselves out with a little magic here. We'll eventually get them down here. 4725. Additional 5,000 or so. We found a lot of gold and some gems as well. Okay, so we eventually managed to complete this. Only took a few tries. Now we'll run back before attempting the last squares. Sell our loot and then return. In that little 8x2 area down there, there's probably at least a stairs down to the second level of the dungeon. Which we still haven't found, so why can't orcs boil water? They forgot the recipe. The quickest route there is probably to go here and simply go down 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares down. We find ourselves in a Could be there are 15 jokes or 16 jokes from 0 to 15. It's fairly similar to what we had on the other side. These endless little secret rooms that are just one by one. Sign above a well reads ochre ale, strength that will lighten your head to all who drink, taste it. Oh. I'm going to take a little snapshot here before doing so. Yes. We will try with Sir Lancelot. It's not immediately obvious what it did, if it did anything. Go over it again. He still has 145 hit points. He still has an armor class of 28. He gained 3 might points from his previous status. But in exchange for that, he lost all of his personality. So this is good for a knight. But it's a very bad idea for someone who isn't a knight. So I will have the 2 knights have a sip of this. We will gain a little by doing so. I don't see the point of doing this for any other character, so we will leave that be. Not sure Sir Hiron actually gained anything by doing this. So it's likely that it does not work on the hirelings at all. That's fine, doesn't matter. Now the question remains, what is in the other squares here? Potentially nothing. I'm somewhat curious that we still haven't found the stairs leading down. I find that very peculiar. We've now checked every square on the map. Checked every square on the map and we still haven't found it. Oh. It's very weird. At least I don't remember finding it. Do you remember seeing it if we just missed it? It's very odd. I'm gonna Google this a little bit. There are definitely 2 floors to this dungeon, so where are the stairs? I will search inside of these again in case I forgot to turn in the correct direction. It's possible. Are we? Sign said no elves, so we end up here. Are the only bits that we didn't complete in this run and might have forgotten to write down were in here. Or is this the yeah, okay. These are the stairs that are at 1313. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And now we know we can go back and sell the stuff and see what our current status is for leveling up. I think we are still quite a bit short. We'll see. Need 100,000, but Big Boutte only needs some 8,000 more. So before I retire, I will go have 2 fights with the I'll have some fights with the barbarians and easy target practice at this point in the game, and give us quite a bit of experience. These are battles we can have at any time. We used to have to thread very carefully to finish them, but now we can simply quick fight ourselves through them. There are 5 of them here. We can finish all of them in one turn for 30,000 experience. So this is a way to gain some cheap experience points. Find some potentially useful items as well. At least it's definitely more than enough to level up the hireling cleric. So can bring him up to level 12. See what we found here. Perhaps we can use this axe here. No, wrong alignment. We'll sell it. Down here. Go level up. Ten hit points. Bringing him up to a cool 103 hit points. He was at 69 on yesterday's stream, so he's gained almost 30 hit points in 2 nights. So that's very good. He's leveled up very quickly to the party, and he's becoming very invaluable, and he's not still only 589 gold per day, which at this point in the game is very little. I think we are happy with that. I will sign the registry, quit the game, and make a yet another new folder here. Call it again roster backup, Millgate level 13/12. Have to remove the spaces here. Take a copy of this file here. Want to be absolutely sure that we don't have to go back many days. We are I think we're done for the night. There's basically only you and me here, so I will save us the trouble of having to raid someone. So I will just say thank you very much for coming again, Gleaser, and hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a nice night, and see you again hopefully soon. Goodbye.